Hey, what's up? My name is Bim, and I just got back from playing with the PlayStation VR, and it is cool. Right now, the PlayStation VR is on display at SM Megamall, at the Sony store, Cyberzone 4th floor. Just line up and wait for your queue. You get to play like 10 to 15 minutes just to get a feel of the device. And at the same time, pre-orders are also up for the Philippines, for Asia, APAC generally. For Philippines, when you go ahead and try the VR at the store, you could pre-order, and you have to pay like 2,500 just to reserve your slot. The headset goes for 22,900 pesos, and we were able to confirm that another bundle is going to come out for 25,290 pesos for the headset and the camera. Right now, no one has been able to confirm if there will be a bundle that comes with the headset, the camera, and the PlayStation 4, but I guess that's something that they're going to be announcing down the line. For pre-orders, at least in SM Mall of Asia, I think, and SM Megamall, if you get it from them, you also get one free title. Now, what the title will be or what the selection will be, they didn't tell us. It's probably going to be one of the launch titles, more likely than not. But you know, if a game goes for 2,600, 2,400 pesos, it's not a bad freebie because you're just getting it for free. All right, let's talk about a little bit about the setup of the actual PlayStation VR. So we all know that it's coming with a box, right? But the box was obscured under like a white PlayStation labeled plastic, so I guess they're not revealing what that looks like just yet, at least to the people who want to try out the device. So from the PlayStation headset, that's wired, connected to that box, and then from that box it connects to your PlayStation 4 via the HDMI and the USB port. The camera also connects to the PS. Actually, that box is just called PlayStation Box from now. So that connects to the PlayStation VR box, and then from your PlayStation VR box, that your TV also connects to it. So headset to PlayStation VR box, camera to PlayStation VR box, PlayStation VR box to your PS4 via HDMI and USB. Your TV then also connects to your PS VR box, and the reason for that is that so that whatever you see in the VR headset is displayed on the TV. I guess it's, so people, if there are people watching you, they can see what you see. If you're playing alone though, and you don't really need that kind of display anymore, I don't know if you could disable it. Like, maybe you can. It does make sense for you to not be able to do it, but they didn't show us how to do it earlier, so that's that. And now let's talk about how it fit. I was wearing my glasses, and it accommodated my glasses fairly well. There are adjustments in front and at the back, so regardless of the frame of your glasses, how thick your glasses are, how big your frames are, you'll be able to adjust it to make it more comfortable for you. The thing is, it gets really stuffy inside. It gets really hot inside, that my glasses were all fogged up as soon as I took off the headset, and it got really warm inside. My wife also tried it, and she says that she feels like it's a little heavy. She feels like if you're going to play with that thing on for an extended period of time, it's going to add strain to your neck. The thing is though, like, as I played for a good 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So as I played on, the less and less I realized I had it on. So it just sort of felt like one of those big goggles at the those 4D rides. So a little heavier than that for me, at least. The actual experience of it though, and I hear people when they talk about VR, is they say that it's hard to describe it, that you really do need to experience it to understand it, which I kind of get. Although, if you want to be able to understand it, and you don't have access to like a PlayStation VR or one of the other VR headsets, all you have to do is ride one of those 4D rides. It feels fairly similar. the when you see on inside your headset that there's acceleration or movement, it tricks your mind into thinking that your body actually feels it. So you do feel some acceleration. So I played a game called Gunjack, which I think it's Gunjack. Let's research now. Gunjack. So yes, I did play a game called Gunjack, and what it is, it's an on-rail shooter. Although I'm assuming it's an on-rail shooter, I actually don't know if you can control the movement of your. I mean, I tried, like zooming in and out, trying to control the path of the spaceship that you're riding. It didn't seem like it, so I think you just aim with your head and you shoot with like R2 trick R2, yeah, with a trigger, and it's kind of mixed in with a little, I want to say, radius, where the enemy spaceships fly at you at a certain pattern, and if you eliminate all of them, they drop power-ups. So the power-ups were, I don't know, a space cannon, missiles, extra health, that kind of thing. So it was really fun. And movement, when you start moving, it kind of takes a little getting used to, but you kind of do feel like you're accelerating a little bit. So that's a fun game. I don't know if it's going to be like a full-blown game after release. I just played like a few minutes of it. The wife played that shark game. I don't know what it's called, and she said as the cage descends, she actually felt like she was descending, but it seems like she didn't have as good a time as I did, because she felt like it was a little underwhelming for her. So she didn't have such a great experience with it. I'm still trying to convince her that it's a good buy, but you know, we'll see. So after trying it, and if you had read my previous article on Geek Out, I said don't pre-order it just yet. Like, be on a wait and see kind of mode before you do. Am I of that opinion still after trying it out? And yes, I am actually. So I still recommend that you wait and see. Remember that these launch PlayStation VRs will be the worst PlayStation VRs ever to be manufactured. So what do I mean by that? When the PlayStation 3 launched, it was the worst PlayStation 3 ever to be manufactured, because they improve the hardware after the initial mass launch. They see that, they find the bugs, they find anything that needs to be improved on, and they do, and then they come out with better iterations after the fact, right? So slim, and then there's the other versions, the super slim. It comes with like and new bundles, that kind of thing. So the PlayStation 4, same thing happened, or is happening. So they're, it's gonna come out with like a PS4K and the slim version, and just recently it came out with the 1 tera version. So if you really want to buy a PlayStation VR, you can go ahead and do that, but I recommend that you wait and see what other iterations there will be. And the reason why it's okay to wait is because the launch titles, at least for me, there aren't any killer apps yet that you should get. I think the thing that excites me the most would probably be RE7, which you can play from start to end in VR, and Farpoint, but I haven't seen enough of it to really want VR. It sort of feels like, to me, like the launch of the PlayStation Move. The PlayStation Move, I got excited over it just because launch controls were a thing. Motion controls were a thing back then. And I enjoyed the Wii. I think there were some experiences on the Wii that was enhanced because of the way you controlled the game. One good example would be RE4. RE4 I enjoyed the most on the Wii. So VR kind of feels like that for me right now. It's enjoyable. It does enhance your experience. But if there aren't any killer apps right now that make you that will make you want to buy it, then it may not take off as quickly as we would like. So, you know, if you remember motion controls, they were a big thing, then now no one really kind of uses them, because the main thing is it wasn't adopted very well. There weren't any titles that came out that supported it. The best-selling titles were still, you know, the controller and monitor controlled games. So I think if VR stands any chance to be successful in any platform, the Rift, the Vive, the PlayStation VR, the headsets have to get into the hands of more and more people, and more people have to want to play it, so that developers actually create games and applications for the device. Because that was the problem with motion controls. It was the adoption. But people didn't care enough to make games for it because there wasn't any market for it. So until that happens, or until we kind of see signs of that happening, you wouldn't want to invest in the headset just yet, unless you really want to be an early adopter, in which case, you know, go for it, right? I might be one. Like, I'm not sure, I'm still on the fence, but I might very likely wait and see. All right, so that's that's pretty much what I have to say about the PlayStation VR. We'll probably have more news for you, at least Philippine related news, as soon as we get it. All right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.